Jai Sairam. Leela of Subramanya. This story is about one of Lord Subramanya's Leela at Tiruchendur. Tiruchendur is located in the seashore at south of Tamil Nadu. Lord Subramanya is also known as Lord Muruga or Lord Kartikeya. There are 6 famous temples or abodes for him. Tiruchendur, Tirthani, Palani, Tiruparamkundram, Paramudircholai and Swami Malai are those places. All are situated in Tamil Nadu only. Leela of Subramanya or Muruga. In Tiruchendur temple, there was one old man working in the kitchen and his duty was to cook food and food items which were offered as prasad to Lord Subramanya daily. He was an ardent devotee of Lord Subramanya, surrendered him fully to God, and for him everything is Lord only. He could not prepare the required food on time due to his old age. Temple administrators and pujaris blamed him and insulted him daily. Old man used to cry to Lord for putting him in such status and developed self-pity that because of him daily pujas were getting delayed. One day it went beyond the limit and the chief pujari scolded him very badly. Fed up of this incident, old man wanted to end his life and he started walking inside the sea. The temple is situated in the seashore of Bay of Bengal. However, when he started walking inside the sea also started receding away. The water never increased above his knee level. All of a sudden, he heard a loud voice. "Stop!" He saw one boy standing on the shore and calling him to come back. He thought this was not ideal time to kill himself and returned back to the shore. The boy asked him the reason for his decision to end his life. Old man told all his problems and cried. Boy asked, "Is this the reason to sacrifice your life? As you have some other work to do, and what is the need to work in the kitchen temple?" Old man replied that he did not know any other work other than cooking. Again the boy said, "As you are staying in this town, Tiruchendur, you know very well about this temple. Why cannot you write the story of this temple?" Old man was shocked and then asked that how could he write about the history of the temple as he have no formal education. The boy said, "If you are determined to do any work with confidence, you can do it. Think the way to make it happen. Even Lord Subramanya too might have wished you to write. So, take this money as your payment to write about this temple." He gave one bag full of gold coins, said, "Hereinafter do not do cooking job, and today onwards you will be called as Kavirasar." The boy disappeared immediately and the old man could not believe what had happened. He then realized the boy could be Lord Subramanya only, and it is Lord's wish that the story of the temple should be written by him. Then he made up his mind to take up the project and prepared himself to get basic education. He went and surrendered himself to Krishna Sastri, one of a scholar in the town. He learned the systematic way of writing from him and had collected more information about the temple history too. He invested his time and wrote the manuscript, that is, dry palm leaf with writings. Then he went to the Tiruchendur temple authorities and said that Lord Subramanya appeared in front of him and asked to write the story of the temple. He presented the manuscript to them, but none of them believed him. They all made fun of him and drove him away from the temple. Old man came out of the temple and due to frustration, he had thrown away the manuscript into the sea. The manuscript had been washed away by the sea waves and fortunately found on the seashore of the next village. One scholar in that village happened to see the manuscript and gone through it fully. He was surprised to see an outstanding writing about the temple. He then took it to the authorities of the temple. They all read the manuscript and surprised to see a note at the end that had the author name as Kavirasar. They all realized their mistake, went on to look out for the old man, begged to apologize them, and honored him for his devotion and work. The manuscript was made public in front of Lord Subramanya. Lord Subramanya has made a person without a formal education to write a great script about his temple. Story of Tiruchendur Temple. An Asura by name Surapadma was ruling Veeramahendrapuri, an island fortress. He performed many austerities invoking Lord Shiva, and Lord granted him many boons. Later, the Asura became arrogant and captured all the three worlds, the heaven, earth and the hell. He made the Devas, the heavenly immortals, to do menial tasks. The Devas were unable to bear his torture and complained to Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva opened his third eye to create a sun to kill Surapadma. 6 sparks of fire emanated from the third eye. These divine sparks were received by river Ganges through Agni, the god of fire, and passed on to the Himalayan lake Saravana Poigai. Here, they were transformed into 6 babies. These babies were suckled by 6 Kritika nymphs. Lord Shiva and goddess Parvati Devi came to Saravana Poigai, and when goddess Uma fondly clasped the babies, they joined together to become Lord Armuga with 6 faces and 12 arms. When child Armuga grew up to become a young boy, Lord Shiva asked him to destroy Surapadma and free the Devas from their cruel bondage. Lord Muruga reached Tiruchendur with his huge army and camped. He sent his lieutenant Veerabahu to the Asuras as an emissary and asked Surapadma to release the Devas. Since Surapadma turned down the request, a war was ensued. An intense battle was fought for a few days. During the first 5 days of the war, the brothers of Surapadma and all other Asuras perished. On the 6th day, in the battle between Lord Muruga and Surapadma, the lance of Lord Muruga pierced the body of Surapadma, who got himself transformed into a fruitful mango tree and broke into 2. The broken pieces instantly transferred themselves into a mighty peacock and a cock. Lord Muruga took the peacock as his vahana or vehicle and the cock on his banner. This event is popularly known as Sura Samharam or the destruction of Surapadma. After Sura Samharam, Lord Murugan desired to worship his father, Lord Shiva. Hence, Mayan, the divine architect, constructed this shrine at Tiruchendur. Even now, Lord Subramanya is seen in the posture of worshipping Lord Shiva in the sanctum. Even today, every year during Skanda Shashti, the reenactment of Sura Samharam is done at the spot the demon Surapadman was annihilated. There is an interesting story in this regard. On the day of Skanda Shashti, when the reenactment of Sura Samharam happened in the evening time, the weapon, spear, that is a pole weapon consisting of a pointed head, will be brought from another Subramanya temple called Sikkal near Kumbakonam in Tamil Nadu. Exactly at the time of reenactment, the statue of Lord Subramanya at Sikkal will become wet. It is said that Lord Subramanya is sweating during that time. On hearing this fact, local district collector and his team wanted to test this. They tied the entire statue with dry cloth. But once the Sura Samharam events get completed, the cloth became fully wet. No scientific reason has been found for this, and this can be considered as an example for quantum entanglement as per quantum scientists. Speciality of Tiruchendur Temple. As said earlier, Lord Subramanya has 6 specialized temples called Arupadai Veedu in Tamil Nadu. Out of all, Tiruchendur is situated on the seashore of Bay of Bengal, and balance 5 temples are in the hills. The Gopuram or the temple tower is 137 feet high and 90 feet long. The construction itself is a big wonder, as such a big construction is done at the seashore, which is not possible at all. Dutch tried to loot Lord Murugan's statue. Like many ancient temples, Tiruchendur temple has tales of legends and miracles. One such story took place in 1648 AD when an entourage of seafaring men, later identified as Dutch mercenaries, descended upon Tiruchendur. The Dutch mercenaries looted everything they could lay their hands on, including the Panchaloha, that is, 5 metal alloy idol of Murugan, which they foolishly believed was made of gold. They tried to melt the idol but failed, and so decided to carry it home by sea. Having travelled only a few nautical miles from the shore, they were besieged by a violent storm which rocked the ship violently. The frightened sailors believed it was the wrath of the god from the temple they had looted, and heaven heaved the idol into the ocean. Vadamalayappa Pillayan, a local administrator who was an ardent devotee of Lord Muruga, later had a dream about the location of the deity. In the dream, Lord Muruga appeared and urged him to bring back the deity from the depths of the ocean. The instructions were that the idol would be at the spot where a lime would be floating and a kite, the bird of Vishnu, would be circling overhead. Vadamalayappa Pillayan, with the help of local fishermen, found the statue resting on the ocean bed at that very location and brought it home to Tiruchendur temple. We need to keep in mind the following points. Lord Subramanya blessed his ardent devotee who had even no formal education to write the temple story about his own. Likewise, our Baba, who is the incarnation of Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva, will bless his devotees and make them to achieve wonders. Let us also follow Baba and show our pure devotion. He will bless all of us. Baba will not allow evil powers to disturb either him or his devotees. He will protect all of us like how Lord Muruga destroyed Surapadma and saved all devas. Baba, even though physically not present in this world, but can take multiple avatars to save his devotees, like how Lord Shiva sent 6 sparks from his third eye as 6 Kartikeya. Baba will not allow the evil power to come near to his circle. It includes him and his devotees. Like how Lord Muruga did not allow the Dutch to steal his idol. Let us strongly follow Baba by showing our pure devotion. Let us also read Sat Charitra regularly to reach Baba. Om Muruga. Jai Sai Ram. Satchidananda Sadguru Sainath Maharaj ki Jai.